Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First and Inches. We're here. We're live.
You know, we took a little time off because we both got sick.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiatus for us recently. We hate it. We wanted to keep posting. Videos have been doing great lately.
Yeah,
Thank you for all the support.
Thank you for everything. We couldn't appreciate it
Yeah,
more,
subs
honestly.
going up. Videos have been doing well. We really appreciate the support. We want to keep that up. So like, subscribe, comment, send this to your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, I don't know, whoever you want.
It really makes us feel good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like seeing that we're gaining subs, getting nice views. It's fun.
So today we're going to move on to some more baseball content.
Yeah, it's almost baseball season. I'm getting the itch a little bit. Super Bowl's past us.
Itching.
I'm itching for baseball. I don't really give a shit about the NBA, to be completely transparent.
I mean, the Knicks are good, but to be honest with you, Yankee baseball just blows that
It's
out
a
of the water.
totally different thing.
not
At least for me
close.
personally. And just,
No, in general.
I'll watch Reds Pirates and be entertained, honestly.
Yeah, on like a Tuesday, 3 p.m.
Exactly. I'll be like, nice. There's a Tuesday day game. Tigers Twins.
It's so dangerous for my betting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a good time. I love baseball.
A nerfy nation.
Yeah,
Know, like,
a little bit of home run parlays.
yeah,
you
but
know?
besides that, we're going to get into MLB futures.
Yeah, we're going to go over some future bets today. We're going to talk about the award winners. We're going to each spotlight a team total and discuss who we think is going to win each division, also with a player prop at the end from each of us.
Yeah, just a classic First and Inches Futures episode. You know,
Yeah.
you guys love it. We love it. It's one of my favorites to do.
One of my
every year.
favorite episodes to do, to look back on in 6 months, see if I'm a genius or an absolute fucking clown.
Yeah, literally. So,
But let's get right into it.
I remember what our stupidest. I wonder what our stupidest pick was last season.
Dude, I said Treylon Burks over receiving yards for the NFL one.
Mm.
That's bad.
I mean,
Hey, I'm not going to shy away from my bad takes. It happens.
they're on the internet.
I was like, dude, he's going to easily get 550 yards. He had 90 yards week one. I was like, I'm a genius.
Yeah,
this is cash.
but then again, like
Then he
the
got
Titans-
hurt, and Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, it was bad. Enough of that.
Mhm.
Let's get right into it. Team total. What's
Okay.
your team total?
My team total is Mariners over 86.5
Ooh.
wins.
I was thinking about picking them for the West. I kind of backed out I kind of switched last second.
I'm all
I
over
like
them
that.
this season.
I like
As
their
you'll see,
lineup, man.
It'll come to fruition as this video goes forward. You'll see how much I love the Mariners. I just like the addition of Garver and Polanco. I think that was a good
They
one.
did make some good moves.
They finally have a solid DH now. They don't have to
Yeah,
really
Cal,
juggle between.
for sure. Cal Rowley's a good.
Cal
They got their
Rowley's
lineup's good.
I love Rayleigh. So-
Losing Suarez is a little tough, but
yeah,
you know,
but again,
they
they're
got a
going to be
pitching. They got a very good pitching staff.
they're going to be led by their pitching Castillo,
Kirby, even the young kids. You got
Gilbert, right?
Yup. Everson Hancock, Brian Wu were both solid starters. They got a lot of young, good arms in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm
I
really
think they're a
liking-
team to watch this year.
I like over 86.5, man. I think
I
that's
agree.
pretty low. I think
I
they're
agree
going to
with
be a 90-win team at least.
I would pin them as 88 to 92.
88, yeah?
So
Okay.
I agree with you on that. My total, Detroit Tigers over
Ooh.
81.5 wins, minus
Wow.
115.
I like that a lot.
I think their pitching staff is incredibly slept on. I would argue the most slept on in baseball.
Scooble.
We'll get onto him later. But, I mean, you had a guy like Torque break out in the back half of last year. No one really talked about him because I think,
Torkelson?
yeah, everyone kind of forgot him. Everyone kind of kicked him to the curb after his first year was terrible. Had 35 homers and an 800 OPS last year.
In a league where it's tough to fucking...
In a park that's tough to hit 35 home runs.
Exactly. Very tough.
Very tough. Also, that Comerica, I think, is going to help them this year with their pitching staff. You had veterans like Kenta Maeda,
Mhm.
Jack Flaherty, the guys like Scooble, Matt Manning.
A
You're
lot
gonna
of
have,
veterans.
you're gonna have Reese Olson come up. You got a nice mix of veterans and some really talented young arms in their staff. Even some decent guys in their bullpen. Shout out Jason Foley. But, I mean, their lineup is the big question. I believe in Torkelson and Riley Green as legitimate guys.
Riley Green, too.
I think that's
Yeah.
a 1-2 punch. I think this year they'll really show it. Green's been hurt, but when he's played, he's performed pretty well. Torkelson finally starting to figure it out. I think this year that all comes together. Javi Baez is an X factor.
If he
What
plays well,
Javi Baez are you gonna get? Are you gonna get 580 OPS Javi Baez swinging at sliders 17 feet off the plate, or are you gonna get the Javi they gave whatever $170 million to?
but you can't expect him to even be good at.
No, but I'm saying
regular
if you're
season,
getting a
to be honest
700
with
OPS from him, that's huge for your lineup. You add a veteran bat like Marcana, who's going to
Mhm.
get on base.
you. Marcano.
They have some other young pieces, Parker Meadows.
He's got to be the biggest.
They got
name.
some, they got some guys, man. I think they're a sleeper team. Tigers over 81.5 wins. Probably honestly, I would say my favorite bet I'm going to say on this episode.
Okay, dude, I'm all in agreement with you because leading into our division winners,
Well, I'm going to be all over the Tigers this episode, as you'll find out, but...
You'll see that, I'll just kick it off with the AL Central, right?
Yeah, we're both on the Tigers.
I took the Tigers.
That's my favorite value on the divisions as well.
It's unbelievable.
I think AL Central's wide open. I don't really believe in the Twins that much.
The Twins blow cock.
They don't blow cock. Like, what's their ceiling? 90?
I wouldn't even say 90, 85, dude.
I think their ceiling's like high 80s, low 90s. I think that division's wide open. I also think the Vegas line on the Tigers is very telling. How many people are going to see over 81.5 for the Tigers?
And be like over.
Over, exactly.
You have to be a little bit in the know.
And I've been looking at this line because I placed it a while ago at 79.5. It's been moving up. Wow. I've seen it go to 80.5, 80. It keeps going up.
That's a good sign.
Keeps going up. I think they are a good value there, plus 300.
Yeah, I mean...
If they win 85 games, they can win that division.
I saw that, they were the third in projection, right? The third in wins.
What, on Fangraphs, you're saying?
Yeah.
Let's give that a Google, but I don't know.
It was definitely Twins, Cleveland, and them, I believe.
I'm not really a believer in Cleveland either, man. They have no pop in there.
I mean,
they have zero pop in their lineup, and they're going to lose Bieber.
I'm totally with you with the Bengal Tigers, my man. They're going.
My stripes are
they're going crazy. Yeah. So let's move on to the AL East.
Obvious.
We're both going to drop our nuts and say Yankees at plus 165.
You add Juan Soto to this team. The pitching, I think...
It's a must-win year, I must say that.
100%.
There's no other year.
Cole and Judge are not getting any younger.
They're not getting any better.
No.
Soto's probably not getting any better, and he might not even be on the team
Soto's definitely going to get better, but he might not be on the team next year. It's very correct. So you have this core. Volpe needs to step up. Wells needs to step up. I think last year I had no faith in the Yankees. This year I have a lot of faith in the Yankees. I think them still being favored to win the division after the Orioles moves and how they played last year. I think that's a little telling to me. I'm going to take the Yankees to win plus 165. You still have Cole. If you get anything out of Rodon, that's a plus. I think he'll be decent this year.
I've seen some good shit from
spring
training.
I think Stroman's a great ad. I think it's a great...
He's such a pussy, but
I think it's a great fit. Player-wise. As a player.
As a person, I really do not like that. He's going to have to win me over.
He's going to have to win me... I agree, because... Whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. We have Stroman and Verdugo on the Yankees now. We gotta put that in the movie.
Imagine telling you that last year.
Dude, if you told me that 12 months ago, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be like, what do you say?
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but
Hey, I like it though. Verdugo is the exact type of bat we needed though.
Grossly, yes.
Exactly. I mean, I wish it was someone else, but he's a guy that's gonna hit 280 from the left side, give you some pop. You don't think he can hit? I think he can hit 25 homers in Yankee Stadium kind of easily.
I could say
Fenway is a tough park to hit in as a lefty. Right field is deep.
What is it 3?
Well, you have the pesky pole, but it's deep. Everywhere else, right center is fucking. It's a dead
what is
man.
It, 350?
Probably more, something like that. It's not a lefty-friendly park.
Yeah.
So now you move him to probably the most lefty-friendly park in baseball, arguably. I think his pop goes up. Soto, obviously, with a short porch is going to be so fun to watch. But Yankees, I think the Yankees are going to be very good this year. I'll go out. I'm not going down much of a limb. I think it's a hot take.
We need to kind of escape injury love a little bit.
Last year was so bad, but the guys who have the injury issues.
No, I know, but
Giancarlo Stanton, we have so many outfielders.
But even Rizzo's weird freak injury last year.
That was bad luck. That was just bad luck, I think.
Judge running into the wall. We don't need that.
We had the worst injury luck. We always have terrible injury luck, but I think we have more depth to make up for it. Who's the most likely to get hurt? Judge or Stanton? We have a lot of outfielders now. If Judge and Stanton both got hurt, our outfield is still Verdugo, Soto, Trent Grisham. That's a good major league outfield.
Yeah, but it's not going to win us the division.
Obviously, it's not. It's different when it's Judge, Soto, and Jason Dominguez in August, but still good.
We'll get to that bridge when we cross it. I mean, there's a lot of time between us.
A lot of time. But let's get on to the AL West.
We can talk about the Yankees for about a year.
We'll do a whole Yankees episode for sure about when the season rolls around. But AL West, I'm still taking Houston here, man. I'm not gonna. I wanted to take Seattle. I don't think the Rangers win the division again. They didn't win the division even, right? They were the wild card.
Yeah, they didn't win the division.
But I don't think they win the division. I'm gonna I'm just gonna roll with Houston grossly. They're still there. They're still Houston.
I'm taking the Mariners here. How could I not after I'm taking their team total over?
Fair enough. So Tigers and Mariners, two teams we both like.
2
coming
plus
into the season.
300s. I mean,
I think both of those are good value. I would take the Mariners at plus 300. I think that's good value.
that's what I'm saying. It's like this is more for like the value of the lines that I'm saying. I like. So
Yes.
we'll move on to the NL East. I'll start it off.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll go with the Braves minus 250. I don't see any other team coming close.
I don't think we could just talk about the NL East and the NL West right now. I mean, we both think Braves and Dodgers are both locked up to win that division.
I don't think anything else is even worth sprinkling on.
I would agree with you. But I wouldn't want to lay a minus 250 division winner or
never lay this bet.
I wouldn't take it. Just because of the juice on it in the baseball season, anything could happen.
But I'm not going to come in here and say take the Padres at plus 10,000.
No, yeah, I don't.
It's not a
the
good
Braves
bet.
and the Dodgers are going to win the East and the West in the National League. I think that's pretty. I could
set in stone. I don't really think there even needs to be more explanation about it. Really,
no,
right?
yeah.
Baseball.
The two best teams in baseball probably the last 5 years. So I think they're both pretty locked up to win their division.
In divisions that aren't very good right now.
No, and division. Well, the Phillies are good, but they're not Braves good.
No, the Mets are.
Diamondbacks are good. They're nowhere near the Dodgers.
Yeah, and the Rangers, like we said, I think we both think they're going to take a little bit of a step back this year. There was a kind of a Cinderella run last year, but
yeah, I think those
obviously
divisions are both
still good.
Those divisions are both locks, I would say.
I think the Central's a little more interesting.
Central's wide open, but I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Interesting. Okay, I want to hear why.
I still believe in their philosophy, development, front office, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think last year was a really weird year for them.
Gross year for the Cardinals.
Gross year for the Cardinals. Their pitching was terrible. They brought in a lot of innings eaters guys, like Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson. They brought in just solid major league guys who hey, we're gonna probably have a chance to win one year on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not the prettiest, but
just keep it under 3 runs.
I think
4 runs.
yeah. Do we have 2 runs scored by the 6th, and does the other team have
their
4?
offense scares the shit out of me.
I kind of like their offense, man. They have a lot of interesting young players to me. I think Jordan Walker really takes a step up.
Jordan Walker's great.
I think Jordan Walker takes a step up. Let's read off what.
Yeah, read it off to me.
Let's read off what Fangraphs has their lineup projected as. A guy like Tommy Edmonds, a good table setter. You still have Dylan Carlson. They traded Tyler O'Neill, who was kind of just a liability for them to be
It
completely.
was literally just a roid head.
Yeah, he was literally. Yeah, he's on the Red Sox now. He is a classic Boston Red Sox douchebag.
Yeah,
so.
and he's gonna kill the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Goldie and Arenado there. Brendan Donovan's a solid player. You have Wilson Contreras.
It's just kind of a meh lineup.
I like Gorman and Walker. Mason Wynn's projected. I think they have a very interesting team.
I do think they have a good young core.
I think this young core could really show out for them this year. I'm going to take the Cardinals to win that division. They added Sonny Gray. Their rotation is just 5 solid major league guys. Gray, Michaelis, Gibson, Lynn, Steven Matz. Kind of gross, but all guys who sub 4.5 ERA, walking 6 innings.
They're very boom or bust.
Walking 6 innings, 3 runs. I feel like with a lot of these guys, they're going to keep them in a lot of games.
Okay,
You got guys like Halsey and Gallegos at the end of the pen.
Yeah, 2 great closers. So.
I think they win that division this year, especially with the way the Brewers look to project. The Cubbies, I don't know. I think they're still a year or 2 away.
Yeah, the Cubs.
The Pirates are probably 5 years away.
More.
Yeah, the Pirates are never going to win. But I'm going to take the Cardinals here.
I'm going to go with the Reds at plus 340. It kind of skews me out to take them, but
another team with a fun young core.
I just
very
think that
fun young core.
Their ceiling is very high. They have the high ceiling in this division.
I would agree with you.
But they might also have the lowest floor.
100% because their pitching is young, kind of injury prone, boom or bust.
They didn't really play together. The whole team didn't really play together last season, so we're gonna see.
But their young core, I would argue, at least their young core in the lineup, one of the best in all baseball. Ellie, Spencer Steer, Matt McClain, Jonathan India is a solid player. Noel B.
Christian Encarnacion, whatever his name
Noel
is.
B. Marte is going to be coming up this year. Yeah, Christian Encarnacion, Strand. They signed Candelario.
Yeah, I mean...
Will Benson flashed at times. Tyler Stevenson's a solid catch.
They plus 340 in that wide open division. Why not? I like the dart throw there.
Yeah, the thing is, here's their rotation.
Yeah, the rotation is Hunter Green.
They don't have Lodolo in here, which is a lie, but Lodolo's going to be in their rotation.
It'll be
Hunter Green, Ashcraft, Montes, and then Andrew Abbott.
I like
Ashcraft. Ashcraft's all right. I like Hunter Green. I would have been in on the Frankie Montas bounce back if he wasn't pitching in Great American Ballpark. I think that could be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, that could probably turn out to be a nightmare for him. But
I would agree with you.
I
think
kind
that
of
could be
do like the ad of Montas.
Yeah, it's a veteran guy there. I think they're an interesting team. That's going to be a fun division to follow. The odds even agree.
Yeah.
Cubs and Cardinals are both the same odds. Reds were too far behind.
And then you got the Pirates plus.
Yeah, the Pirates and the Brewers both plus 700 or more. So they really think it's going to be a 3-team race with the Cubs.
And I would agree with them, honestly. I think
Cubs, Cardinals, Reds. Yeah, I think that's a fun division. I'm with you.
It'll be a good one.
Let's get into the fun stuff.
Yeah.
MVP and Cy Young.
What do you want to rip off first?
Let's go American League MVP.
Okay.
Because you said you were chasing value on this.
Mm-hmm.
AL MVP, mine's a little bit chalk. Juan Soto.
Okay.
I think the Yankees are going to be really good this year.
The second best odds?
Yeah, him and Judge are the favorites. They're both you look on books, they're both 550 or 600. They're both basically the same.
Yeah, you're still getting a decent return.
He's going to be hitting in front of Aaron Judge in Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I think he goes in a free agency season. I think he goes absolutely fucking ballistic.
I'd fucking go mental for it.
I think he goes absolutely
I'd
ballistic.
love it.
I think he goes 45 plus homers this year. I think we get the best season of Juan
You're
Soto.
sweet talking me, man.
I think we get the best season of Juan Soto's career this year. Age 25 season, going into free agency, playing in the best park for lefties in baseball, hitting in front of Aaron Judge.
Yeah. I really have no... I am more excited for this than honestly anything in my life.
Dude. I haven't been this excited about a Yankees move in my life.
It's like a
I spoke this into existence for 3 years.
Yeah, even on the podcast.
Even on the podcast. If you go back to our MLB trade deadline episode when Soto got traded to the Padres,
you were calling the Yankees
I was
all day.
begging.
Yeah.
I was on my hands and knees talking to Cash God.
And it finally happened,
Finally happened.
I can easily see him win the MVP at plus 600.
Without Ohtani in the American League now, I think it makes it really interesting.
It's going to be most
I would bet on Soto's health instead of Judge's health as well.
Yeah.
So I think Soto plus 600, even though it is the chalk pick, I'm going to take him. I think he goes fucking stupid this season in Yankee Stadium.
Love that pick. I mean, I'd go crazy for that. I'd pay $1 million for that.
Who's your American League MVP?
I'm going with my Mariners man, J-Rod.
That was my second pick, to be completely honest with you.
Plus 1,100.
I was between J-Rod and Soto.
My guy finished 4th last year. I think
He was 4th in MVP last year? I didn't know that.
Yes.
He really came on crazy at the end of the last season.
So at plus 1,100, J-Rod.
He's the type of player that can go. He could go 40-40 easily.
40. I think it's almost a guaranteed. He goes 40-40.
He went 30-30 last year. He's unbelievable, man.
I don't really even need to say much about J-Rod. He's one of the best players in baseball.
Most talented players.
You're getting him at plus 1,100.
I think that's a great pick. Like I said, that was my second choice.
And I'm all over the Mariners for this episode. So
I'm on the Tigers, you're on the Mariners. Tigers and Mariners are the first of inch's official bandwagon team.
Parlay them both for a super duper parlay.
That would be a sick division winner parlay.
Yeah.
But both kind of chalk picks there for the American League MVP. Let's get into the National League MVP. Because my National League MVP pick is also my pick for the National League Cy Young.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Getting a little wild here. I think this value on the MVP is crazy. Spencer Strider.
Wow.
Cy Young, plus 500. He's a favorite.
That's wild.
I think he takes it home. And I think him to win MVP at plus 15,000, 10 for 1,500, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
so
worth a $10 throw.
Let's dive into this a little bit.
Go ahead.
Let's just put into perspective how good Spencer Strider is. Because I don't think a lot of people, baseball fans are like, Spencer Strider's gross. Mm-hmm. Let's put numbers to it just to compare. Spencer Strider's career strikeouts per 9, 13.6.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's stupid.
Stupid. Aroldis Chapman's career strikeouts per 9, 14.8. Billy Wagner, 11.9. Randy Johnson, 10.6.
Okay.
So he's striking guys out at a level between Billy Wagner and Aroldis Chapman as a starter.
That is actually just stupid.
Randy Johnson's best Ks per 9 in the season was 13.4. 2001, he won the Cy Young. One of his 4 straight Cy Youngs with the Diamondbacks. Spencer Strider's first 2 full seasons in the MLB, 13.8 Ks per 9, 13.5 Ks per 9. So he's already had two better K per 9 years than Randy Johnson's.
So you're saying he's Randy Johnson?
He's Nolan Ryan. I think that's the comp. I think Nolan Ryan is the comp. Let's pull up Nolan Ryan's best strikeout seasons just for comparison. Just out of curiosity. K per 9. Well, he pitched so many innings, he never went over 11.5. But he had seasons where 326 innings and 383 strikeouts in 1973. That's unbelievable.
That's fake.
It's fake. It's fake. He won't. Obviously, Strider's not going to have that type of volume.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that could ever happen again.
It's never going to happen again. But he's unbelievable when it comes to striking hitters out. He underperformed every peripheral last season. So let's dive into some of those. He had a 3.85 ERA. It's not great. But he had a 2.85 FIP. His expected ERA was 3.09. Last year, his FIP was 1.83. He had a 2.39 expected ERA. So
the underlying numbers.
The underlying numbers point that he's not going to have a 3.8 ERA again. If anything, he's probably closer to a 2.5.
He was a little unlucky last season.
He was definitely unlucky last season. And that shows in all of his other expected stats on Baseball Savant. 91st percentile expected ERA, 91st percentile expected batting average, 34.3% chase rate, 36.8% strikeout rate. Also doesn't walk a lot of guys, doesn't give up a lot of hard hit stuff. I mean,
he's just somebody that...
He's an alien.
Yeah,
You're getting closer stuff for 6 or 7 innings when you face...
Untouchable.
Untouchable.
Unless he's facing the Mets, and then he just...
It's unbelievable. It's actually kind of hilarious.
I love that.
But
that's one of my favorite antics in sports right now. The Mets versus Spencer Strider.
Yeah. So even Strider had a 3.8 ERA last season, right? Still had 281 Ks in 186 and 2/3 innings. Was 20-4, I believe, or 20-5. 20-5. So if his if he meets in the middle with his peripherals and stays to them, he's going to have a 2.8 ERA, a .9 whip, and strike out 300 hitters in 200 innings.
How do you not win the Cy Young with that line?
You're going to win the Cy Young with that line. And let's compare him to the last 3 starters to win MVP. Because if his ERA numbers are similar to his rookie year with the bulk he had this year, if he touches 200 innings, he's going to strike out 300 guys. And if he does that with a 2.5 ERA, sub 1 whip, the Braves are going to be nasty. What makes you think he couldn't be 24-3?
At least.
That's what I'm saying.
He
was 20-5 this year with a 3.8. So if his ERA dips, he's going to pitch more. He's going to probably get more decisions.
And the Braves are going to put up probably 7 runs a game.
Every Strider start, the Braves are going to probably win.
Yeah.
Let's compare. Let's look at the last 3 MVP starting pitchers. Because Dennis Eckersley won in 1992 as a closer. But Kershaw 2014, he was 21-3 with a 1.77, .85 whip, 197 ERA plus, 239 Ks, and roughly 200 innings with about 8 WAR, 2.5 FIP. Verlander, crazy year, 2011. I remember this. 24-5, 2.4 ERA, .92 whip, 172 ERA plus, 251 innings, 250 Ks, 8.6 WAR. Clemens, 1986. 24-4, 2.81, .96 whip, 169 ERA plus, 8.8 WAR with 238 Ks and 250.
So he's projecting to be around these numbers.
He's flirted with very similar numbers over the course of his first 2 seasons. He had 154 ERA plus last year. If he has the bulk he had, this year with the rate numbers he had as a rookie, he's going to be in the MVP race.
I agree.
2.6.
That's a great shout, honestly.
Last season, as a rookie, 2.67 ERA, .99 whip, 1.83 FIP last season. Led the league this year with 2.85, 280 Ks and 186 and 2/3, like we said. 20-5 record. I don't think there's a pitcher in the last 20 years that's come to baseball that has a high ceiling. Spencer Strider does.
Wow. I like that.
So he's my Cy Young pick. I think that's a lock.
And here's your NL MVP.
I just jinxed it. His elbow's going to explode in spring training now.
So he's both your...
He's my Cy Young and MVP call.
All right, so...
Cy Young plus 500, MVP plus 15,000. I'm sorry for the essay there, but...
You went on a 10-minute spree right there.
I apologize. I think that's crazy value plus 15,000.
For my NL Cy Young, I'm going Jesus Luzardo plus 3,000.
Ooh, I like that.
I just feel like...
Another high strikeout guy with a big ceiling.
I'm not going to sit here and give you a spiel like OB just did. I'm just going to say that I just think that a lefty with that gross of an arsenal and a guy that went 10.9 Ks per 9 last season, I'll bet plus 3,000 on that. Yeah. I could see him easily... You know what? I could see him probably winning 10 plus games.
He's gonna win. I could see winning. You have to win 15. You have to win 15 games if your peripherals aren't Jacob deGrom.
But I could just see him kind of going crazy this season.
I like him.
Like,
He's a very
unbelievable.
talented arm, man. That's a guy I've always liked.
And then for my NL MVP, I'm going to bounce back here. I think Tatis at plus 1,000 is
I like
great
that call.
odds.
That was someone I was thinking about too.
Like I said, the Padres are probably going to blow, but I think that doesn't mean Tatis can't go God mode.
Yeah, and their lineup's still probably going to be halfway
I mean, they
decent.
got Bogart still.
Machado.
Right? Machado. You know,
They still got some guys,
they got the
though.
names. But Tatis, don't really have to say much power. He's going to
Power speed
hit.
guy.
He's going to hit that. He's going to hit
Flashiest
40
player in
plus
baseball.
home runs.
I was actually looking at his line for the props. Vegas has him like minus 120 over 34.5. So I think Vegas,
I kind of like that a lot.
I kind of did too. I was thinking about it. But, I mean, they know. It was his first year of PED last year. All the underlying numbers were still there, and he hit 30-something homers.
Freak injury to start the year really kind of just took him
Yeah,
in a bad direction.
Yeah, it was last year was just a weird year off the suspension and everything. So
Yeah, and I'll take the low number at plus 1,000 for Tatis. You'll probably never see that again.
never.
So
You'll never see that high of a number on Tatis again. I agree with you.
I'm just gonna take it at the value.
I like both those calls. American League Cy Young. You started off. I see who's on your paper. Are you Johnny Mariners? Are you Johnny Mariner?
This is my favorite pitcher going to the season.
He's a beast.
George Kirby.
Guys
Mariners.
allergic to walks.
I'm gonna turn into a Mariner by the end
Yeah.
of this episode.
You're gonna be on the Space Needle by August.
I'm gonna grow gills. So yeah. So I just think George Kirby takes over as the ace this year for Luis Castillo. That's my take. That's my hot take.
I like Kirby a lot.
I just think that he takes a next step. Like you said, basically doesn't walk anybody.
Allergic to. He might be Greg Maddux.
And he doesn't throw the ball that fast, but he's a placement
He might
guy.
be Greg Maddux.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I don't have much to say about him besides I love the guy. I love you, George Kirby. One of my favorites.
Come on, First and Inches.
Come on, First and
Oh,
Inches.
that would be.
We'll buy you a dinner.
Dude, I'll take you out to the nicest steakhouse in New York City when the Mariners come to town to play the Yankees, Georgie.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind if you're one of the people who are watching this. I like that call.
I feel like not a lot of people are going to be going George Kirby Cy Young.
No,
So.
I don't think a lot of people are going to be going this guy for Cy Young either.
Let's hear it.
But I think he's going to be in play. Call me Tony the Tiger. You're Johnny Mariner, I'm Tony the Tiger.
Dude, it's actually like kind of crazy.
There's a Tigers and
If
Mariners.
it's a Tiger, we actually have problems.
Tariq Skubal plus 1,600. He's been unbelievable. He's been very good the last two seasons for the Tigers. I would say the most slept on pitcher in baseball because obviously no one was fucking watching the Tigers, really.
Unless you're a Detroit scum.
Yeah, or someone like us who's like, who's a good alternate strikeout line to bet on? But last year, Tariq Skubal was unbelievable. Shortened season, only started 15 games, but was 7-3 with a 2.8 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 102 Ks in 80 and a third innings.
Wow, those are good numbers. I didn't even know he had those good numbers.
So, and then the peripherals were elite too. His FIP was 2 flat, 100th percentile expected ERA 2.3, expected batting average against 194, 91st percentile chase rate, 96th percentile K rate with a 96th percentile walk rate. So he struck out 32.9% of batters last year, only walked 4.5%.
I'm sorry to interrupt. He's a pretty young guy, right?
26, I believe.
So he's like entering he doesn't even hit his prime.
He's barely. He figured it out last year because in 2022 his numbers were still pretty good. Had a 3.5 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, and 117 2/3 innings, 21 starts, 2.96 FIP. So he was very solid. That was his first full season. Solid.
Yeah, no,
right?
I mean
pretty good there. Sub 3 FIP, 3.5, about 9 Ks per
for a
nine.
first season, you really can't expect more from a pitcher unless you're
you
like
couldn't ask for anything more.
a god.
Exactly. And then last year he really started to figure it out. So I think the Tigers are going to be really good.
Yeah, with you saying the Tigers are going to be good, I think that could really help his cause, get him some wins.
He was 7-3 in 15 starts with a terrible Tigers team.
Yeah, I mean, I could see they could definitely blow. They could blow it for him.
I think he has the ability to put up peripherals that no one's going to be able to deny, regardless of his win-loss record.
Fair enough.
So Tariq Skubal, American League Cy Young plus 1,600, most slept-on pitcher in baseball. He's a baller. Take him in every fantasy league this year and thank me.
Good value.
Take him. I'm just telling you. Bet the Tigers and Skubal pitchers early in the season before people figure it out, and take his props and be all over this guy this season. He's going to ball out of his mind.
I mean, I'm going to. I'm going to listen to Dr. OB.
He's
You got a prescription for the Tigers.
I got a prescription for Tariq Skubal. He's going to be a top 5 pitcher in baseball this year. Write it down.
Okay. Woo. I like that.
Let's get into our last bet here for both of us.
A little prop.
Our season-long player prop. Julio Rodriguez over 31.5 home runs is my pick. We're really overlapping a lot here. Our brains are intertwined.
We didn't talk about this at all.
At all.
At all.
At all.
So, yeah. We think very alike.
Yeah.
Statistically.
It's like we record podcast. We're like chicks. We sync up after 20 minutes of recording podcasts.
Our MVP votes.
Yeah. We sync up our player prop bets. But Julio over 31.5 ding-dongs. 32 last season, 28 as a rookie in 130 games. Like we said, I'm betting on this guy's talent all day. I would bet he finishes closer to 40 home runs than 30. So I think over 31.5 is a very good
I'd almost
bet.
guarantee it. A floor should guarantee.
Floor should guarantee 40 homers,
40
J-Rod,
plus.
this year.
I have him MVP. He's going to have to hit 40 home runs.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
what's your player prop?
That's
pretty self-explanatory.
I'm going
there.
the MLB home run leader, Yordan Alvarez, at plus 1,300.
That's fantastic value.
Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen?
Well, obviously you have guys like Judge who are in play, but Judge could very easily get injured.
Dude, Yordan
Is remarkable.
He's flirted with that almost every season he's played.
he's like a 40 home run, walking 40 home runs if he plays 150 games.
Doesn't play the field, so he's not going to get hurt. Young
Less
guy.
chance of getting hurt. Yeah, still pretty young. He's like entering his prime now, which is horrifying.
He hits like what, 270?
90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
290 as hitting 400. He might even flirt with 300 in stretches of the season. So
Let's look at Yordan Alvarez's numbers last season.
it's not even fair.
293, 407, 583, 170 at WRC plus, 31 homers.
He was made in a lab to hit home runs.
Yeah, I mean, 37 homers in 135 games in 2022, 31 in 114 last year. If he gets to 150, he's easily getting 40 plus.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
So like at plus 1,300. I mean,
crazy.
come on. I'm just gonna take the value there.
He's remarkable. He's a remarkable
A lot of
player.
things go wrong from here and then with a lot of the people in front of him.
He's a remarkable hitter.
I'm gonna go Yordan. I love Yordan, and I think that really wraps it up for today's episode, right? I mean, we got nothing left.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, send this around. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care. Enjoy.
Peace.